All right, number 7. What is the total surface area of the prism? So we have a prism. It's all rectangles, so we have a rectangular prism. I'm finding surface area. So since I'm finding area, I'm going to need to use the area formula. So this is all rectangles. The rectangle formula is base times height. So for each of these, I'm just going to need to multiply the base times the height. So for this one here, it's 4.5 times 3. So 4.5 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 3. Put my decimal in. So this rectangle has an area of 13.5. So if this rectangle is 13.5, this rectangle is 13.5. Okay, this one is 8 by 3, because if this is 3 here, this is 3 here. 8 times 3 is 24. So I have an area of 24, area of 24. Okay, the larger rectangles are 4.5 by 8. Okay, so 4.5 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 4 is 36. Put my decimal. So these have an area of 36. So I'm finding the total surface area, so I have to add up each of these faces. Okay. So I have 36 twice for those two. I have 24 twice for those two. And I have 13.5 twice for those two. Okay, so I'm going to have to line up my decimals because I'm working with some decimals. Okay, so 5 plus 5 is 10. All right, so then I have 6 plus 4 is 10, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 3 is 23, plus 3 is 26, plus 1 is 27. Okay, then I have 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so my total surface area is going to be 147 inches squared. Okay, so we just want to find the area of each of the faces and add it up. All right, so number 8, which of the following formulas can be used to find the volume of a triangular prism with congruent base and height as the solid above? Okay, so they were nice enough to tell us that this is a triangular prism. Okay, this is a triangular prism because I have triangle bases and everything else is a rectangle. All right, so that makes it a triangular prism. All right, so if I have a triangular prism such as this one with congruent base and height, meaning that they are the same, this is just a fancy way to ask me which formula do I use. All right, so I'm finding volume. This is a prism. So volume of a prism is big B times H. So volume is equal to big B times H. That is not the same as little b times h. All right, this is not a pyramid, so we don't need to third anything. So my answer is A. All right, number 9, a storage container is shaped like a rectangular prism. The volume of the container is 1,190 cubic feet. The area of the base of the container is 140 square feet. What is the height of the container in feet? Okay, so they tell me it's a rectangular prism. I'm going to use the volume formula. So when I have a prism, the volume formula is big B times H. So volume is equal to big B times H. I'm just going to use this formula a little bit differently. They tell me volume is 1190. So I'm not solving for volume. I know volume. The area of the base is big B, and it's 140. All right, what I'm trying to find is the height. So I don't know the height, but I know if I multiply 140 times the height, it's going to equal 1190. So I just need to guess and check and see which one of these works. So if I take 140 and I multiply it times 8.5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Add a 0 for a placeholder. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Add everything up. Put my decimal in place. Lucky me, the first one I try, I get the 1190. So it's going to be A.